special day. This is a very special time. Show me a hill I can climb. Give me a mountain to move, and I'll prove that it's a very special day. I woke up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat.
And a very special treat. It's a terrific Tuesday, and actually my partner in crime, my co-host this morning, and my guest is Jeromy Heath. Good morning, Jeromy.
Good morning.
Out straight from the woods, right?
Yeah, straight back from huntcation.
I love that. I love that. I'm looking for our sponsor list. Is it on your side over there?
I do not see it.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to go up the top of my head.
Oh, yeah, I do. Right
Okay,
here.
awesome. Jeromy, I'll do that. We have Walmart right over here. And I do want to say a fun fact. Walmart, 5 years ago, this was their grand opening day today. So that's crazy to think about. And going back, we did a big fire truck pull, and it was a lot of fun. Had a great time with that. A lot of the community members came out for that. Also, actually did a big grand opening, and it was a lot of fun to see a new store and a new for our community for sure. So Walmart's our sponsor, Meadowview Healthcare Center, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Kentuckiana Cat and Core, which is in the house today. Jeremy's in the house, Kentuckiana Cat and Core. We're going to find out all the great things that Kentuckiana Cat and Core's got going on. Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, talked with Mindy. She's going to be coming in Monday. Fox Perlee Wealth Management right here in Salem, right off the square. Skyline Suites, talked to Ryan too, and they still got a couple of suites available. So if you want more information, contact Skyline Suites. Celebrity Home Loans, and see Autumn or Dennis. They're wonderful. All right, thank you for coming in, Jeromy. And of course, let's do talk. This has kind of been you called it a huntcation, or right? Huntcation. And so what explain that. If we looked it up in the dictionary, what would we see, Jeromy?
Well, my definition of huntcation
You see your photo?
yeah, you'll see my photo exactly. Is I take the first 15, 16 days of November, and I'll take the last 2 or 3 days of October, and all I do is deer hunt. I mean, unless it's too windy or raining, I'm going to be in the woods, and because that's a special time of year. Unfortunately, I didn't get it done this year. I still haven't killed my buck, but we still got a lot of season left.
But a great hunter a lot of times will wait for that, right? Because you're waiting for that right buck.
Well,
right?
no, there was one that came in that if he would have come within bow range, I'd have shot him. I mean, they just. I did shoot a doe the first week of my huntcation with, and just to let the listeners know, I hunt with a recurve, so I'm really like. Trying to think how to challenging. I'm really challenging myself this year.
Like a Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's a stick bow. It has no sights, nothing like that. I mean, it's 100% instinctive, and you have a limited yardage. Like right now, my limited yardage is like 25 yards.
Oh wow!
Where with my compound, I can shoot out to 60.
Right.
Well, I'm limiting myself on range with the recurve because I'm only pulling 50 pounds and I'm shooting a real heavy arrow, a real heavy broadhead, and you want that heavy arrow, heavy broadhead combo to help penetration wise. And I had no problem on the 130-pound doe I shot. Shot clean through her. Lost my arrow. Have no idea where that went. And she didn't go but about 40 yards and flopped. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's the way to do it. And also that's very, I guess, sport-like, right? I mean,
yes.
It's very much.
Well, it's a lot more challenging. You got to let them get a lot closer. I had a buck come in at about 50, 55 yards that would have presented me a shot with my compound, and I couldn't take it, and I had to let him walk. So, and I've seen a couple smaller bucks that I just didn't want to shoot that came within range. I am waiting for, something that's substantial. I want 140 inch or better deer, and I've just not had that opportunity yet.
Right. And I mean, but it'll come. I mean, and of course with the cooler temperatures we've been having,
Yes.
that's been ideal, right?
Yes, it's been really ideal, and the rut has hit. We do see bucks chasing does, but it's not hit like full force yet. Because the full moon ain't hit yet. So the full moon should hit like toward the end of this week, and that's when it's really going to heat up.
All right, well, and that's good for our motorists too on the roads. You got to remember that. I mean, you know, they're out there and they're not thinking clearly.
No. And if a doe runs in front of you, slow down because a buck's going to be right behind her. And this time of year they don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be naked in a tree stand doing jumping jacks, and if a doe runs through and a buck's on her tail, he does not care about you whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's chasing that doe.
Yeah. Right. So just good reminders of that too. But well, and it's definitely exciting. Of course, you do. I mean, you do. What all do you do with the meat? I know you eat the meat, but I mean, do you make sausage? Do you jerky?
We're probably gonna do a lot of jerky because we got a lot of beef in the freezer. So so if I kill one, we'll probably take the back straps out of it, and then whatever burger I make out of it, I'll probably donate it to somebody, give it to somebody.
Awesome.
And then the rest of it we'll probably cut up and make into jerky and have 20 or 30 pounds of jerky this year.
There you go. Wonderful. Well, I think that's a bonus when you actually, eat the meat too. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people give it away or whatever. So that's awesome. Well, Jeromy, we're so glad we could get you in this morning. And I know, and of course your wife hunts with you too. That's exciting too. And she's fairly new at it, right?
She's been going for about 8 years now. We've been married. We'll be married.
Jeremy,
we will be married 8 years and 3 days.
All right, if she's
so
listening.
On the 19th.
Okay. Oh wow.
So yeah, we'll be together. We'll be married 8 years in 3 days.
That's awesome. So in the very beginning, she started hunting with you.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she. Okay.
Yeah, when we first met, which we met online, and when we first met,
that's a cool story.
She wanted to go with me and see how it was. So we got her a tree stand. She would climb up with me, and she said she didn't want to hunt unless she could gut a deer first because she didn't want to kill something and not be able to cut it up. And I said, okay. And so the first year she didn't hunt at all. She just went with me, and I shot a deer, and we've actually got Facebook pictures and stuff like that of the buck I shot that year with my bow, and I actually killed it November 11th, 9 years ago. And she gutted the deer, and she's sitting on its back, like she's riding a reindeer or something. And she's got blood from her fingertips to her elbows on both arms, and a big old grin on her face. I'll show you the picture later.
Did you know you hit a trophy wife?
Oh, yes, absolutely. She's absolutely a trophy.
There you go. I love that. Hopefully she's listening. Get some.
She's absolutely a trophy. I was very, very blessed.
Oh, I love that.
Very blessed.
That's wonderful. Yes, that's true, and I love to hear that. That's wonderful. Well, that's cool, and I love that you guys do that together. A great activity for sure. All right. Also, just kind of going back, we talked about Walmart and their, this is their 5-year anniversary for their grand opening, and we're bringing actually a pretty big deal. This is from the movie Hoosiers, which they played this week. Actually, I think it was Monday night or Sunday night. They played on TV, and I've had it in different other channels. But Hoosiers, the actual bus, and is it 51 Chevy? Anyway, the Chevy that Gene Hackman drove in the movie are coming to Walmart today from 3 to 6 p.m. And you can come and meet the owners of the cars. And they've not been together since the movie, so this is kind of cool. They actually were, after the movie, they went different directions and kind of bringing them back to Indiana and the tradition. And so it's a great opportunity to come and get a photo, and they're actually going to let you see inside the bus and get on the bus, you know what I mean, and in the car. And I think they have a stand-up of Gene Hackman like driving, so that'd be cool to get your photo taken. And there are all kinds, and it's free. It's a great event, so it's wonderful. It's like the unicorn for our community coming in. So.
My horticulture teacher in high school was actually in that movie.
Oh my gosh!
Nate Miller.
Do you still have contact with him?
Yeah, I talked to him probably.
Well, you need to tell him to get on down here. He needs to come on down.
He's probably out of state right now. He's a salesman for Stronghold Products.
Well, he's got till 3 o'clock, 3 to 6.
But he was, the parade scene?
Yeah.
He was actually on the line.
Oh.
So he didn't have a speaking part or anything like that. But as the parade goes down the road, you see him in the crowd.
I love that. So you saw them in there? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he was really, really young back then.
Oh my gosh,
he was really
that.
young.
See, isn't that awesome? That's so cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I told him the other day. It was not the other day. It was around my birthday, which was the 21st of October. We was talking, and he called to wish me happy birthday, and he's like, "I know it's your birthday soon," and I said, "Yes," and I'm gonna make you feel real old. And he says, "Go ahead," and I said, "I turned 42 this year," and he goes, "Shut up." So yeah, I made him feel pretty old.
That's cool. Well, of course, this is basketball season, so it's very apropos, very great way to kick off basketball season, and we've invited everyone to come out, and of course all the schools, if you're listening, and this would be to me the ultimate team photo to have if you were high school boys or girls basketball team, to come and get some good photos for the team. And I think also for families, like, for maybe your Christmas cards, if you're trying to think of different unique Christmas card photos. Anyway, so please come get photos. It's going to be fun. And it's from 3 to 6 p.m. today. And it was kind of a big deal to get this. And so I'm very excited that I got it, and we got it and going to do it. And it's going to be fun. So anyway, wonderful, wonderful time. From 3 to 6 today. Also, this is the 16th day of November. Today is Have a Party with Your Teddy Bear Day. So, Jeromy, when you were younger, or maybe now, do you have a teddy bear?
Well, yeah, she's at home working at the moment. She's sitting in front of a computer at the house.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've got a real life teddy bear.
Okay. International Day of Tolerance. Do you feel like we have to have tolerance anymore?
Yes, because we got too much cancel culture, politically correct crap.
Said in a wonderful way. Exactly. Too much. We have to have tolerance. And
because somebody's got a different opinion, don't mean that you got to hate them for it.
I know. I want to see. I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see more smiles. You smile at people. Sometimes they don't smile back. It's just like, what? And it might be a stranger.
I'll tell you right now, if you see me in public, you can come up and give me a hug. I don't care.
There you go.
I'm a hugger. I like hugs.
Yeah. Well,
and did you know that a 10-second hug will reduce 70% of all stress and depression?
I think I've heard that, and I think that's a good reminder. Absolutely. And it does. We were made that way. Mm-hmm. We were made for that.
Well, yeah.
And then we went where we couldn't hug, we can't do, and I think that really, I have to agree. I agree with you.
I still hug people during COVID. It didn't bother me.
Yeah. National Button Day. Okay. Check your wipers day. Your windshield wipers.
Oh yeah, this time of year especially.
Definitely, yeah.
And get you some de-icer windshield washer fluid.
Boy, that's good. You're right about that.
And make sure you stock up on it, because you don't want to be behind that semi when it's 17 degrees throwing snow spray all over your and salt spray on your windshield, and then you run out of washer fluid. Make sure you fill up your washer.
I'm glad you said that. Very good. Good. And this is the time to do it right now. Yeah, very good.
And it's not that expensive.
Right.
I mean, a couple dollars a gallon. It's not that expensive. It's cheaper than gas.
It's in the budget. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think we could almost do a show of what's cheaper than gas.
Air and advice. The air's no quality, and the vice ain't good.
I'm about to borrow that. Okay. National Entrepreneurs Day. You're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. National Fast Food Day.
I had some this morning.
Yep. So get out and enjoy for sure. And on the 16th day of November. All right, wonderful. All right, let's see what we got going on here. As far as the what was I going to say? Actually, wait. Today is the 16th. Today, real quick. It looks like the West Washington Lady Senators will be playing Christian Academy, Wright Brothers Raiders at Purdue men's basketball 7 p.m. tonight. So. That'll be some basketball action. And again, 3 to 6 today at Walmart right here in Salem. So please come out for sure. All right, let's find out, Jeromy, real quick. I do think this is very interesting. A little fun fact. We like facts, don't we?
Sure.
Okay, a little information on a Tuesday. Just kind of a random fact. We were talking about we shake hands, you know what I mean? And that's something that we've done for years. And then, of course, I remember during when COVID first came, I remember someone saying, "Oh, we'll never shake hands again," and that's
I never stopped.
I know, but that's how some people said to do the fist bumps or the air fi or air whatever.
People need human contact.
What do we ever? Yeah.
If anything, the last year showed us people need human contact. I mean, look at all these suicides that happened from this quarantine.
Yeah.
You know, people just need to stop living in fear, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that is my opinion.
Right, and that's I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's I mean, I think there's a time that we definitely need to get that contact, and I think it's very important, and that's the way we were made to fellowship.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So if you go back, all right, so we shake hands. Okay, the reason handshaking started, this is kind of cool. The history of it was to show that we were unarmed.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Absolutely.
I did not remember that. I didn't. If I knew it, I don't remember it. But it's also a sign of trust, and that you believe the other person wasn't going to take their sword out to fight you. So use a sword or a gun.
Yeah, it was done in medieval times with knights and your like the king's soldiers and stuff like that. They done it as a show of peace and gratitude to one another.
Yeah, that's
that they
kinda
was
cool.
Peaceful. They wasn't gonna cut their head off.
Yeah, that's.
But now and this is just from my perspective though. Wouldn't that actually be more of an incentive to create war, because you could show that your hand's open, and then you could draw your sword and just kill them right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, hey, I'm peaceful, not, and I mean,
I'm a liar.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or what if for some reason the person just didn't want to shake hands, and you took it as they have a weapon, right? I mean, you could do that. I mean, this is years ago. But I think that's cool to think about. How the handshake came around. Okay, real quick. The average person is expected to gain 8 pounds over the holidays. Do you think that's true or false?
Yes.
Okay. 90% of people said they'll most likely just try to enjoy the holidays and not worry too much about what they eat. 65% said they deserve a treat themselves this year. The poll was looked at the top signs over indulging during the holidays. 48% of people said they'd eaten so much at once and they had to undo their button or loosen their belt. 39% said they have eaten until they feel sick. 39% said they'll deliberately worn stretchy pants to accommodate more food.
Absolutely.
I call them the buffet pants, right? In general, people playing just push their health goals to the next year again and make it their New Year's resolution. So the top health-related solutions will become exercise more, eat healthier, and that'll be your New Year's resolutions. But it looks like the poll found that 8 pounds is what they're probably going to do.
So you're on facts. You want to hear a disturbing fact?
Oh, okay.
A disturbing fact is that tobacco companies will actually put on promotional sales and actually put more into advertising in the month of January to try to take the people that are trying to quit smoking for their New Year's resolution and get them to smoke more because of the promotions and the sales. They will spend more money on advertising the month of January than any other month.
I did not know that. And that's because that's
and it's all tobacco companies. It don't matter if it's chewing tobacco or smoking tobacco.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Wow.
All tobacco companies will do more promotions and more sales, like the buy one get one pack free, or the buy two get one free, or whatever.
I didn't even know they did sales. I guess wow.
We're not smokers, but
no, we're not. And the one that I have, what hit my nerves is that vaping.
Yes.
Because that to me has lied to our. And I don't get me on that. Don't get me started with that one, because I feel like they have just completely lied to our children and to families, and act like it's safe and have flavors and make it attractive to younger.
Well, yeah, of course they have.
That really, when you prey on younger people like that really, Jeromy, that's a.
Well, it's the new cool thing to do in this day and age, because they've downgraded smoking so much that there's not enough youth that are smoking to get addicted to this stuff. So now they got to do something to entice the youth to get into it again.
Yeah.
And there's actually a statistic out there. It's like 65 or 70% of the people who start out vaping will end up smoking tobacco products eventually.
Well, they put stuff in it, and they put, and that was the thing. They tried to in the beginning. I think now there's been so many things against. Well, I don't know. I don't know what their strategy is now. But they started off saying it won't hurt you. It's I mean, it's all good, and it was never actually approved.
Well, I mean, look at tobacco products. I
Yeah.
mean, back in the 70s, 4 out of 5 doctors chose Kent. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, they had no clue, but now
we got a Surgeon General warning on everything.
Yeah. Well, they on a little bit. I guess I don't think they had all the knowledge then, but now I guess with this vaping, they know what they're doing and they know what their product is putting out, and it's about the money and not the children. And that is a we'll be here all day long if I get me started on that one for sure. All right, Jeromy, let's jump in and find out what we got going on at Kentuckiana Cat and Core, because it's a busy season for you. And so let's find out what you got going on.
Well, first of all, we are now selling freezer beef. We've got freezer beef that we've got cattle that we are having butchered, and we've got another one going to butcher end of January. But we actually got beef for sale.
Which is a huge difference.
Yes, it's a big difference when you get something that's farm raised, that's all natural, versus store product. And I will give you a few of the prices here. Let me get into my Facebook page here. And it's not going to allow me to do so. We're going to try again.
Okay, so.
But basically, we got ground beef, we've got roasts, we've got steaks. I do have some beef liver left, but my ground beef is a 1 pound roll, and it's $4 a roll. My roast, they're all $7 a pound. It don't matter what roast you get, whether it's a sirloin roast or a chuck roast or a rump roast. It's all $7 a pound. My ribeyes are $14 a pound. T-bones are $15 a pound. Porterhouses are $17 a pound. Arm steaks, I think, are $10 or $12 a pound. I'm not sure because I don't have my price list in front of me. But we do have all that stuff for sale, and it's actually packaged, ready to go. You just come out, and we got a little scale. We got a little scale that we can weigh the packages on. Now the burger, it's just $4 a roll because it's in individual rolls, and they're supposed to be 1 pound rolls. So we sell it $4 a roll. And on your first purchase of $25 or more, we'll give you 1 free roll of burger.
Well, giddy up. There you go. That's good.
That's on your first purchase only.
All right. Wonderful. Okay, don't come back for the second time and say.
And we've got plenty of burger. We got plenty of roast and steaks.
Okay, awesome. Okay, great. They just contact you to
set up the deal. They can contact us on Facebook, or they can give us a call on the meet. So.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. All right. Well, so that's good to know on that. Okay.
And then we got the roll-off business going.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about that.
We got the roll-off truck. It's a single axle roll-off truck. We've got 10 yard, 15 yard, and 18 yard, and we actually just recently bought, and we got to do some work on it. We got to fix a door latching mechanism on it, but we just bought a 40-yard dumpster.
Oh.
Now the 40-yard dumpster will be used for trash purposes only. There will be nothing heavy thrown in this. It will be trash purposes only. And with the 40-yard dumpster, it's actually going to be a little higher priced than the rest of them. The 40-yard dumpster is going to be $500 for 7 days, and that will give you up to 5 tons of waste. And then after the 5th ton, it's $50 a ton. All dumpsters have regulated items that we cannot throw in them. You cannot throw any yard debris unless that's what you're getting the dumpster for. So no sticks, no leaves, no limbs, nothing like that, because the landfill can no longer accept that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have trash that you're putting in it, you cannot throw limb debris in with that trash. If you've got limb debris, then it needs to have a dumpster specifically for limb debris. So with that being said, if you're ordering a trash dumpster from us, no yard waste, no automotive tires, no automotive batteries, Nothing containing Freon, like an old air conditioner or something like that. Nothing containing Freon. No sealed 1 gallon paint cans. I don't care if you throw 1 gallon paint cans in these dumpsters. Take the lids off first, because they don't want that liquid, wet paint inside the landfill. So just, I don't care if you take the lid off.
Won't
and
that
just
paint
dump
your
it out.
dumpster?
It's going inside. I don't care if it goes inside the dumpster. It's just
Might make it kind of colorful, I guess.
So those are regulated items, and no old picture tube TVs. And what I mean by old picture tube TVs is anything pre-1990. The great big bulky picture tube style TVs, because they had mercury in them. Any of the non-regulated items, if we have to fish them out of the box, it's a $50 charge per item that we have to fish out of the box. So if there's 5 limbs in that box that we've got to dig through and pull them out, we're going to send you a bill for $50 a limb.
Ooh, a limb.
A limb, because we've got to dig through all your trash to get those limbs out, because if not, the landfill will reject the whole load.
Oh.
So that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Well,
you're just trying to follow the rules that you've been given.
I'm just following the rules I'm given.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying, if you've got yard waste, have a pile of yard waste. You can throw that in a dumpster. I can take yard waste somewhere else, but it has to be.
Yard waste is like your limbs
and
leaves
and
whatever.
And stuff like that. And I prefer it not to be in bags.
Okay.
Because where I take it to, they don't want it in plastic bags.
Okay.
Because I can take that to a facility that turns it into mulch.
Oh, wonderful.
So, on
that's recycling.
On the 10, 15, and 18 yard dumpsters, it's $3.25 for 7 days. That gives you 2 tons of waste, and after the second ton, it's $50 a ton. And the same regulated items: no tires, no batteries, no sealed paint cans, no Freon, no tree debris or lawn debris, and no picture tube style TVs. So there's that we're doing, and like I said, that's a 7-day rental. If we drop it off on a Monday, we'll pick it up the following Monday. If we drop it off on Friday, we pick it up the following Thursday. So you get full 7 days for the dumpster. And then and I've got a guy that works for me. His name's Chris Adamson. He's a very good guy. He's very knowledgeable with what he's doing. So he can place the dumpster wherever you want it. If it's been raining a lot, which it has recently, it's rained a lot. If he tells you we cannot put this in your yard because it's going to leave ruts or we might get hung up, just trust him. He can't put it in the yard.
Right.
We got hung up at a yard the other day, and it was a big mess. So anyway, so we've got the dumpster business going. We're also doing demolition, where we can come out, and if you've got an old barn or an old house or a mobile home, anything on your property that you need tore down, we can come out. We can give you an estimate on that, and we can try to see what we can do to get that tore down for you, and we can haul off all the debris and clean that all up. And of course, all that does come with a price, because we're having to use machinery and guys and stuff. So we try to be as reasonable as possible, but we also have to make money doing it. And depending on how much recyclables is involved in it, like if I'm doing a mobile home, there's going to be a lot of recyclables involved in that. So with that being said, there's going to, the price on tearing down a mobile home is going to be different than tearing down a wooden barn, because there's more recyclables involved. So I'm taking the recyclables in as part of the payment for tearing that down.
Gosh, that's awesome. I was saying, okay, good. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I was like,
okay.
I was hanging on every word you said. I was like, what?
And then like, say you got a mobile home that's got aluminum siding, but it's got a shingle roof. Well, now we're basically, the recycling is going to pay your landfill bill, because the shingle roof is going to weigh more than a tin roof, and the tin roof can get recycled where the shingle roof can't. So that kind of eats everything up. So a shingle roof mobile home would cost more than a tin roof mobile home to tear down.
Okay.
But we will clean everything up. We'll level out the job site. We also have a new apparatus that we can do land leveling and land grading with the skid steer. We are still doing skid steer works. We can do driveways. We can do Land clearing as well. We've got a big brush cutter where we can come in and we can cut fence rows or trails through woods or whatever.
Now go back to the let's go back to the driveway because
Yes.
that's something I always like to touch on, and then we'll go back to the land clearing, which I love this service. Okay, tell us about the driveway.
Okay, 90% of most driveways, gravel driveways, you're going to have 12 inches of base. So chances are you're not going to need any extra gravel. You just need to you just need to bring that old gravel back to the surface. And the object that we have that we're going to use to grade your driveway out, it actually does that. It goes down into your driveway about 3.5 to 4 inches. And if there's any potholes or anything like that, it'll actually bust up the floor from the hard pan of that pothole, get rid of the pothole completely, and it will actually grade out and level your driveway. Most people that have a long gravel driveway, they get that telltale hump in the middle where they drive, on one side, right down the middle of it.
We're creatures of habit, aren't we?
Yes, and the thing is when you level a driveway out, you actually need to drive on the right, on the left, or zigzag as you're going down your driveway, and that'll keep that hump out of there. But if you've got a washout or anything like that, like say you've got a small slope in your driveway and it's got a drain, where when it rains it makes a little ditch going across your driveway, instead of just going back and grading that, let us come out, we'll dig a trench, we'll put in some tile, we'll put in a drain right there, that way it won't wash out no more. And then we can cover it back over, and then you'll have a drain right there and it won't wash out as all.
Awesome.
Then it won't need to repair it at all. But we can do any kind of gravel driveways. We can put in new driveways. We can build pads for campers or carports or whatever. We can, anything that needs dirt work or gravel work, we can get her done.
I love that. Well, there you go, and it's good. It's good information to know. And sometimes like that fix, like you're talking about with the driveway, can be, instead of spending a lot of money on gravel. And of course, this time of year, you want to get that. You want to make sure your driveway's ready for with this. If we get snow, you want to have that traction for that.
Now, like I said, most people don't even need new rock. They just need their driveway just refurbished.
Mm-hmm. And now let's talk about like what you're talking about, going through and making pathways through. What did you say?
You can make paths through trails, through woods.
Through woods.
As long as it's is not a real hard trail. And what I mean by hard trails, like a lot of big trees. If you need a pathway cut through woods, we've got a bush hog apparatus that we put on the front of a skid steer, and we can come through your property and we can cut a trail through your property, and it'll cut everything down to about an inch above ground. And I can cut trees up to about elbow diameter of your arm, so 4 or 5 inches diameter. I can cut those trees down, and it'll knock them off right at the base, and then it'll grind them up and spit them out. And, like I said, we can cut trails. We can bush hog. If you've got 2 or 3 acres of just brush and debris and sumac trees, and you would like that cleared out, or some small sapling cedar trees, we can come in and we can clear all that stuff out and make it nice and more manageable for the next season.
Awesome. Well, that's nice. I mean, those are good services. And a lot of times people don't know what to do. Don't you find that? I mean, like your calls, like people are saying, they tell you their issue, and then we don't know what to do about it. And then that's where you come in to help.
Yes.
Right. Well, those are really good services. And so, and that's also like taking good care of like recycling, and, and a lot of times people have things they need to be done like that, but they don't realize, or it can be thrown away when possibly some of these things, like you say, can be recycled, like with the houses and stuff. So could be in the long run saving them quite a bit of money there.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what else? What other services we have?
So we're doing the demolition. We've done skid steer work. We also have the Cat and Core business still. We're about automotive cores, catalytic converters, and recyclables. Catalytic converters did take a massive drop about 6 weeks ago. They went down about 60%.
Ooh, why is that?
Yeah. Well, because your big manufacturers are not producing vehicles.
Oh.
And not only that, with the new administration, we're producing more electric vehicles now. Electric vehicles do not call for catalytic converters. So when the catalytic converter market crashed, It's all about supply and demand. The demand is not there and the supply is high. So that caused the market to crash. And it's just like any other metal market. You know, when the market's flooded, it's going to fall eventually. You know, the bubble did burst. And right now, a factory converter is going to average between $120 and $200 on a factory converter, depending on the code number on it. Aftermarket converters right now are $10. All converter sales, if you are an individual, you need to have a driver's license that is valid. You need to have the registration or the title from the vehicle that the converter came from. And you're going to have to call me and meet up with me because I've got to take photocopies of that stuff and I will give you that stuff back. And then I've got to take a bunch of pictures and then I got to have you sign a bill of sale and all that stuff. And that's all required by the state officials now. Effective July 1st of this year, we had to abide by all these new laws because of the massive theft over the last year. There was something like $30-something million in insurance claims.
Oh my goodness.
In the late part of 2020 and early 2021. It was like $30 million or something in insurance claims where people were going out and stealing these. And I had a lot of people that was thinking that, you know, that I've had messages on Facebook that it's because of me that people are stealing stuff.
Oh.
And I cannot control the population out there, folks. I cannot control an individual. The only thing I can do is do what I can do to prevent them from selling me something stolen.
Yeah.
But there are things that will slip through the cracks because these converters do not have VIN numbers. But if they bring me a converter that's off a Toyota and they've got a Ford title or a Ford registration, I'm not going to buy it because that converter did not come off that vehicle. So they've got to have something that I know, okay, that converter could have come off that car. That's, you know, if they give me something off the wall and I know that converter, you know, they give me one off of a Escort and I know, and they give me a title for a Ford truck, you know, there again, I'm not going to buy it because there's a chance that converter is stolen. So I am trying to do everything in my power not to purchase stolen converters. But there are some that will slip through if they have the proper paperwork. I'm not stealing them. I don't condone stealing them. And if I find out you're stealing them and you sold to me, I will turn you in.
I can't see how anybody can hold you accountable for their bad behavior.
Well, it's not a person holding me accountable. It's other people that's trying to hold me accountable because I own a business that deals in something that could be sketchy, such as stealing converters.
Well, but you know,
but that'd be like blaming all pawn shops for jewelry.
Jewelry, yeah.
You can't do that.
Right.
People do because they don't understand the business. But even though converters are down, copper's up.
Well, that's right, positive.
Right now, on clean number 2 copper, I'm at $3 a pound. Clean number 1 copper, I'm at $3.30 a pound. Plain number 1 Bear Bright, I'm at $3.60 a pound. And then on aluminum wheels, this is the best deal in the century on clean aluminum wheels if they're factory clean aluminum wheels. Okay. And some aftermarkets, and you'll understand when I say that. I'm doing $1 an inch. So 15-inch wheels, $15. 18-inch wheels, $18. 20-inch wheels, $20. I had a guy bring me like 7 aluminum donut tires the other day. And a donut is a very small wheel.
Yeah.
and they was 15-inch wheels. And he thought he was going to get $15 a piece. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I said, that's not a factory wheel. It's a donut. Well, it's a factory donut. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll give you X amount of pound for it and we'll weigh them. Because at $1 an inch on a factory wheel, I can make some money. But on a donut, there's no money to be made there. I'm actually going to lose money. I'd lose $2 or $3 a wheel.
Oh, wow.
And trying to explain that to somebody that don't understand the business or thinks that they're just going to try to get over. And I just told him, I said, you know what, just take them somewhere else then, because I'm not interested. I will still give you more than anybody else will, but I cannot pay you $15 for a donut. I'm just not going to do it. And I think that 15-inch donut wheel weighed like 11 pounds or something like that. And at 11 pounds. Let's see here, get my calculator out here. I'd lose $4.10 at you know at $15 if I paid $15 for a donut, for an aluminum donut.
Yeah.
So, and then I had a guy bring me a motorcycle wheel that was like 19 inches or something, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to weigh it, because I can't do that.
Right.
This is for factory automotive or pickup truck car wheels. Wheels off a car, standard factory wheels. If they are chrome plated wheels, you can tell because either A, if they're old, they're going to be flaking, or you can take a magnet and a magnet will stick to it because
cool.
Chrome is magnetic. A chrome wheel, I'm doing 50 cents an inch because I get a different price on them than I do the aluminum. Aluminum wheels are worth more money. So I've touched on copper, brass. Right now I'm doing $2 a pound on yellow brass. I'm doing $2.25 a pound on red brass. You don't see a whole lot of red brass anymore.
I don't even know what red brass is.
Red brass usually is used in like natural gas operations. And
is it reddish color versus?
Yeah, it's got a reddish hinge to it instead of the yellow tinge.
Okay, I've never seen that. Okay.
Automotive harness wire, I'm doing $1 a pound. Let's see here. Trying to think what else we got going on. Cast iron rotors and drums, I'm doing $1.50 a piece. Trying to think what else here. I'm still buying whole complete cars. They have to have a complete factory exhaust. Still on the vehicle, depending on the vehicle, you're looking between $400 and $1,000, depending on the car. The year, make, and model, of course, all depends on the car. I can do between $400 and $1,000, and that's us coming and getting it. And then, of course,
wonderful.
Of course, in the Salem area, we're still doing the free appliance pickup. If you've got old junk appliance,
love that washer, dryer,
air conditioner, whatever. If it's crapped out, just call us and say, hey, I'm at such and such location here in Salem. We've got this stuff. Can you come pick it up? And we'll send some guys over to pick it up, and we'll get it recycled.
I love that, and especially like we're going to be getting into the holidays. If anybody's doing any cleanup, and wanting some stuff hauled off, and don't have that right there. I mean, if you don't own a truck or own somebody or know a friend that has a truck or something, then you're kind of like, how do you get it out? So that's a huge blessing, Jeromy.
And we also do land cleanups too. So we can come out and we'll bring a dumpster truck out and we'll clean up your land for you where you don't have to touch it. We'll bring a skid steer out and a couple of guys and we'll clean the property and haul everything away.
Love that. Love that. Now, what about on the vehicles? Do they have to be running?
No, they do not have to be running, but I will have to have a title of all vehicles.
Title, but they do not have to be running.
Mm-hmm. No, we got a 12,000 pound winch on our trailer, and it'll suck up just about anything. I've had vehicles had all four wheels locked up, and it'll drag it right up on there.
Awesome. Well, I mean, and those are good things to know, good services to know. If somebody has a vehicle that they want to get rid of, then give you a call.
Yep. And we do have a few new used batteries, I guess you could call it. They're batteries that are a year old or less that are good holding a charge that we sell for $25 a battery. I'm pretty sure we got 2 or 3 top posts and we got 1 side post. And these are batteries that we get out of junk cars that hold a good charge. We charge $25. Oh, and old junk car batteries right now I'm doing $6 a battery. And then lawnmower batteries are $2 a battery. I forgot to mention those. I'm trying to think what else I forgot to mention.
What about old lawnmowers? Do you take those in?
Yeah, we'll take those.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll come pick them up. I mean, I really can't give you a whole lot because they don't weigh nothing.
Right.
But we'll pick them up. Old lawnmowers, appliances, stuff like that. We'll come pick up and haul off.
Yeah. Well, it's a great service, and it's good for I mean, our community that, if for the cleaning up of it, and if you've got something that's sitting there and you want it out, it's an eyesore or something like that. I mean, that's a great service.
Yeah, and we, just trying to clean up around the community and whatnot, and try to provide that for the city of Salem and for the listeners. And we are kind of busy, so it might take a day or two for us to get to you.
Right.
Just understand it's not something we can get. If you call us today, it's not something we can pick up today. It's going to be a couple days before we can get to you, but we will get to you.
Right. And I think the biggest, if somebody's got something that they're wondering if you can recycle, or if you are interested in, just give you a call.
That's absolutely right. They can give me a call. They can call me, text me, or they can leave me a message on Facebook. Call or text the fastest way, because I don't get on Facebook and look at it every 20 minutes or whatever. Call or text me, because that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. And I can get you scheduled if you need a dumpster. Usually we can get dumpsters out within 24 hours. If you call me today, I might be able to get it to you today, but it might be tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon before we can get it to you. Oh, excuse me. So on dumpsters, we're pretty open on that, because I got a guy that's dedicated just to doing the dumpsters. But he also hauls our Amish friends around that do fence work. So of a morning, he might be hauling them, and then he'll come home and come back, and he'll grab a dumpster truck, load a dumpster, and get it to you. If you ordered a dumpster today, we can usually have it to you by 9 or 10 the next morning, or we can have it to you that afternoon in between dropping off the Amish and picking up the Amish. We can do that. We got contracted to haul this Amish crew around that build fences, and so we've been doing that here lately.
That's a blessing. Yeah, that's awesome.
So and we really like these people. They do really good work. So.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, well, that's great for sure. Well, it sounds like some great services you're doing, and it seems like every time we talk, you've got something new. You're adding to the list, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's very accommodating for our community, and what a blessing that we've got Kentuckiana Cat and Core here in our community to do all this recycling and to make to make everything look nice, and to keep it all, and especially too, also on needs, like whether your driveway, whether you're, you need the dumpster, whether you need the cleanup, it's all available.
Yes, it's all available, and we're actually possibly is the key word, looking into putting in a yard maintenance landscaping crew next season. Next spring, we're going to have a trailer with a couple lawnmowers and some weed eaters, and a crew going out and doing lawn work too, probably.
Well, that'd be a blessing for sure. Yeah. And for anybody needing that, we'll have to stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
So, of course, we're getting now where we're kind of getting over the mowing, right? I hope,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've been cleaning leaves up for like the past month, and unlike most people, I wait till they're all down before I start cleaning them up. But I took my leaf blower yesterday and blew them up in a big pile in my front yard and lit one end, and made the little snake trail all the way around.
You didn't jump in it first?
No, the dog did.
Oh, I was gonna say, I bet he
man,
did.
He was a blind. It was so funny. And my wife's like, "Why didn't you take video?" And I was like, "Because I had a leaf blower in my hand." But it was hilarious. He would do a hot lap around the yard. He would do a belly slide through the leaf pile. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Well, you can't beat it. Yeah, I'm one of those. I would have been jumping in with him. Yeah, if you see a pile of leaves, you got to jump in. Never know.
Not in my yard. There might be dog poop in it.
Okay. Well, that I might be careful on. Yeah. Well, your dog didn't seem to care, though, right?
No, he didn't care.
No, that's pretty cool. Well, and so we're getting to that, and of course, now these services, because we are in November and we'll be into December before too long, these services are available as far as the dumpsters. You're going to continue doing it even in the cooler weather, and
that's going to be a year-long thing.
Well, that's a blessing, because everybody does things at different times.
It's going to be a year-round thing.
Okay.
Unless it's raining, we're going to be doing skid steer work, but we can drop off dumpsters, rain or shine, don't matter. Now, if we get into some really bad snowy weather, it might be one of them things to where we can't drop off or pick up on this day because of the inclement weather.
Right, sure.
I'm not going to send a truck out, and just because it's we can, I'm not going to. I'm not going to jeopardize the life of my worker, nor am I going to jeopardize my equipment If it's really bad weather, I'm just not going to do that. But we do have really nice equipment, and I've got a really nice crew working for me now. And I've got Chris driving a roll-off truck, and he's actually hauling the Amish this morning, so I could be here. We kind of tag team and take turns on hauling the Amish around, and he's been a big asset for me so far on driving a roll-off truck and getting stuff done on that measure. And just he's getting better and better at operating and figuring things out and all that good stuff. So.
Sure. Now, do you offer? Excuse me. Are you going to offer snow removal or snow removal? What am I saying? Sorry, renewal. Sorry, I was reading.
No, because I do not have a plow truck.
Okay.
Anymore.
Okay.
I sold the plow truck.
Okay.
I didn't really have a whole
snow
lot of business.
removal. There, I could not.
Yeah, I really didn't have a whole lot of business last year.
Okay.
To compensate for the insurance. So yeah, we.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, there is a different insurance you got to have for that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because you can damage driveways, and you can damage parking lots, and that you get a blade that's wider than the truck, so you can hit cars pretty easy.
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention, and so there was a different insurance with that, and we didn't do bad with it last year. I about broke even, but we just don't have enough snow to compensate for having a removal service. And there's so many removal services in this area already that it's kind of swamped.
Right. So you're focusing on many other things than send that. Okay.
Yeah, we're focusing more on the dumpster truck and the recycling and the skid steer work, and then the demolition is starting to pick up. We're hoping to get more involved in that and get a little bit bigger jobs, and then better stuff, better jobs on that stuff. But we've only been doing it for a couple months now, and our name's finally getting out there. But it's one of them things that we can't force people to hire us.
Well, we're here and you're there, and that's available. And I'm sure that if someone's listening and they have that need, they just maybe didn't know who to call or what to do. Sometimes those are the things you get into.
Yep, that's some of the things you get into. And you can find us on Facebook at Kentuckiana Cat and Core Facebook. You can also find us on Google at Kentuckiana Cat and Core on Google. Or you could call me, text me at 812-946-0774. And that's on any and everything. That's anything from the, if you were wanting any of the beef. And like I said, we've actually got a whole steer that's going to be butchered at the end of January. If you want a half or a whole one, it's actually going to be a whole lot better on price-wise if you buy it that way than buying it by the pound.
Sure.
But if you don't have the freezer room, buying it by the pound will be better. But we do have one going into January that's going to be butchered into January. And you can contact me if you're interested in that. If you want a half of one, please have somebody else that wants the other half, because it's hard for me to try to sell half a beef.
A lot of times families do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing is if you got 4 or 5, if you got 2 or 3 family members or 4 family members that all want to get together and buy a whole one, and then you all split it, that would actually be better. And it's cheaper that way. You're going to average about $4 or $5 a pound versus paying $16, $17 a pound for some of the steaks. And basically you're paying $3 or $4 a pound for all the burger. The last steer I butchered, we ended up with like 639 pounds of meat out of it.
Oh, wow.
And you figure half that's burger, so we had like 330 packages of burger out of that. Oh. And then the rest was balance of steaks and roasts and stuff like that. When we just do a standard cut, but when I drop it off, say I drop it off at the processor for you, I'll give them your name and I will give them your name and number, and then you're responsible for the processing. All I do is I'll weigh the steer a live weight, and it's $1.75 a pound live weight. So just say a 1,500 pound steer times 1.75. 1,500 times 1.75. So just the steer alone would be $26.25 for a 1,500 pound steer. And if you divided that by 2, so you're looking at $13.13 roughly a person.
Mhm.
And then you're going to be looking at a couple $100 for processing on top of that. So a half a steer is about $1,500
$1,500.
roughly. So you're going to be looking about $1,000 to $1,500 after processing.
All right. Well, there you go. Start off the coming to the end of the year, and you start off the new year with a freezer full of beef. Not bad.
Right. And it will go a long way. I mean, it does. My wife and I, we try to eat on ours every day, as it saves us money at the store. And it's nothing to have good fresh beef. And our beef's 100% all natural too. The only vaccinations they've had has been blackleg, and you really need to do that because that could kill them. So that's the only major vaccinations that they've had. But we feed them grain and sweet feed and a little bit of hay, and of course they eat pasture grass. So,
Awesome.
but they're well taken care of. You can actually go on our Facebook, J&S Farms on Facebook, and you can see videos of them running down to eat corn. It's hilarious.
Love that. Love that. Love that. That's awesome. Well, also I need to tell about today. There is a fundraiser going on today for the Derek Smith Memorial Fundraiser. This is at Papa John's. Order any large original crust 2 topping for only $10.99, and use the promotion code for the deal. And it's DS Fund 1116 when ordering online, or call into the store. And it's $1 for each pizza sold, or a dollar from each pizza. $1 from each pizza sold will be going towards the fundraiser. Donations are accepted also in the store. So there we go. I'll remind everybody about that. So
And then before we leave, I've got a joke for you.
I like that. Absolutely. Let's hear it.
So a guy goes into a bar with a dog.
Oh no.
And bartender says, "Sorry, we don't allow dogs in here." And he says, "But he's a talking dog." And he goes, "Yeah, okay, prove it." He says, "Dog, what's on top of the house?" And dog says, "Roof."
No.
And he goes, "Well, sir, that don't prove anything. Like I said, we don't serve dogs in here, so you need to leave." And he says, "No, seriously." He says, "He can talk." And he says, "Dog," he says, "What's the texture of sandpaper?" Rough. And he says, "Look," he says, "I'm not messing around with y'all." He says, "Y'all need to leave, or I'm gonna have my bouncer throw you out." And he says, "No, let me do one more." He says, "Dog, who's the greatest baseball player to ever live?" Roof. So he hollers at the bouncer. Bouncer throws him out, and the guy and the dog are sitting on the sidewalk, and the dog looks at the owner and he says, "You think I should have said Mickey Mantle?"
Oh. That's so bad. Jeromy, okay, stick to your day job, okay?
You're laughing though. So
I know,
it was good.
that's good. That's very good. Yeah, that's cute. That's very cute. Very cute. Very good. Well, and then you need anyone listening, you can tell that at supper table tonight. That'll be cute for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming in and letting us all know. Of course, you are very faithful in your sponsorship here at WSLM. We appreciate that for sure, and letting us come here of a morning and be a part. We appreciate that, and keeping our community informed and what's going on is very important. And of course, an informed community is a connected community.
Yes.
Staying connected, and of course, knowing all your services that you offer. And it is a blessing because a lot of times other areas don't have this and don't know where to go to get this information.
Absolutely.
And so that's again, let's give your phone number and how they can get a hold of you again, Jeromy.
They can get a hold of me via text or phone call, which is the fastest and easiest way to get a hold of me. And that phone number again is 812-946-0774. And I'm actually available from 7:30 in the morning to 5:30 at night. After 5:30, we are closed. If you're wanting beef, you can text us at any time, and we will meet up and we'll let you come over and we'll sell you beef at any time. But the Cat and Core business, the dumpster service, demolition services, all that stuff, we're open from 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. And then they can also get in contact with me on Facebook or Google at Kentuckiana Cat and Core. Whether it's Facebook or Google, you can find me either way on there. You can send me a message on those two. The chances of me getting to those messages in a timely manner is slim because like I said, I don't get on the internet, several times, but a couple, 2-3 times a day. So if you send me a message in the next 10, 15 minutes, I might not see it till 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Right.
So the fastest way is to call me, text me at 812-946-0774. And if you've got converters, or if you've got copper or brass or anything like that, we got to schedule an appointment to where we can meet up with you. I'm not always at home or at my business or at my shop, so I've got to make time to set stuff up to where I can meet up with those people that wants to sell that stuff. So.
Awesome. Thank you for getting this right now.
Actually, no, that's DOT calling me.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you, Jeromy, for coming in. And I want to thank our sponsors this morning. Also want to remind everybody, come over to Walmart from 3 to 6 p.m. It'll be a great photo opportunity and a fun time with the Hoosier bus and the car from the movie, and great photo opportunity. Thank you to Walmart for our sponsors, Meadowview Healthcare Center, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Kentuckiana Cat and Core, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Blackside Associates, Fox Philly Wealth Management, Skyline Suites, and Celebrity Home Loans. Everyone have a wonderful and a safe Tuesday. Thanks, Jeromy, from Kentuckiana Cat and Core.
Your parents may not be ready for a nursing home, but need a little daily assistance. Skyline Suites is the perfect place for them to call home. Skyline Suites is a place where you feel part of our family. Enjoy exceptional amenities and furnishings, all while surrounded by the peaceful tranquility of quiet country living. Residents get daily assistance with showering, dressing, mobility, and all meals home cooked and prepared. Plus, there's a day spa, hair salon, and an activity center, Wi-Fi, and beautifully decorated rooms. You'll also have access to the local Senior Citizens Center and YMCA. Call Ryan Buchanan or Trent Nichols at 812-320-3761 for a tour today.
See Celebrity Home Loans in Salem, where everyone gets treated like a star. Come experience the star treatment with us. You'll never go back to the ordinary home loan experience again. Stop in today and see Dennis Baxter, branch manager of the Salem office, to start working on a new home loan or refinancing today. They've served nearly 50,000 families with over $15 billion in loans. Stop in and see Dennis and his staff. They're ready to work with you today. As a star, you expect the best, and that's all Celebrity Home Loans has to offer. Nothing off the rack. We're talking fine living, designer fashion home loans around here. Come by today and see Dennis or Autumn at 18 Public Square, Suite A, or call for an appointment. 812-883-0670. Remember, at Celebrity Home Loans, you're the star.
Come in and see all the great deals in our fall and Halloween clearance. The savings and temperatures are dropping, and you'll have to come in quickly to scoop up all the deals at Salem's Walmart.
And the Christmas section is set up and ready to go. Christmas trees, lights, and wrapping paper.
We're gearing up for the holidays here at Walmart. Don't forget about Thanksgiving, Becky. Walmart is your one-stop for holiday cooking and food, and for all the decorations you need to liven up your living room, dining room, and kitchen when the family comes over.
And Brad, I'm gearing up for the big event.
That's right, Becky. Walmart will be closed on Thanksgiving, but there will be specials online, and we'll be open on Friday with the big event specials all day long. And don't forget, we offer layaway for those larger holiday purchases.
And whether you're looking for your turkey or all the trimmings, Walmart has you covered, and for less.
Yes, Becky, I think you're going to need 2 parts.
It's fall festival season here at Kentuckiana Cat and Core in Salem, Indiana. Have an old junk car, copper, brass, aluminum wheels, old brake rotors, automotive batteries, or sheet aluminum, or even an old junk catalytic converter? Let Kentuckiana Cat and Core put a little more spending money in your pocket today. To schedule an appointment to sell your scrap, just contact us at 812-946-0774. Thank you for your business, and God bless.
Court is back in session, where the judge wears stripes, and both teams are ready for a heated debate. No objections, no filibusters here. Only fast-paced, in-your-face basketball. Catch all the action right here on the IU Sports Network from Learfield.